You are now entering the James Bond podcast. Please activate now.
Well, greetings and welcome to this episode of The Bond Geek. I am, of course, The Bond Geek. My name is Henry. Thank you for listening here. And if you may notice, with my most previous thing I've released, which was a podcast version of my reaction to Denis Villeneuve directing a James Bond film, that isn't what I normally do. I've never really done podcasting before, and this is me sort of announcing that I am going to be moving into podcast territory, but I wanted to explain essentially why I'm doing that for you, because I think you all deserve a reason, and I want to tell you about this short-term change to the Bond Geek, and then hopefully we'll resume normality later this year. So let me explain, everyone. So, for those of you who really don't know, I have been editing and using this old iMac that I bought back in 2010 for years. I've used it for so much in my life, and I've kept it going and going and going. And for a long time, I've been using it to make the Bond Geek episodes, whether being, just editing, recording, ways to connect and record. It's basically been the cornerstone center of the Bond Geek in a sense, outside of me just recording episodes. But after 15 long years of service, that big iMac that I had has finally gone kaput. To be honest, I knew it was starting to go there because I noticed last year that it was starting to get really slower and things were even, just really breaking or not working like they used to anymore. And each time I used it, it got a little bit worse and worse. I've been trying to fix it, put that duct tape and string holding it together to keep going. But finally, I'm afraid it just finally went kaput. And I had someone try and come and fix it. A friend of mine who's really great with it, but basically they just told me it's too old now. It's just nearing the end of life. It's just effectively dead. And with that, I've lost access to proper recording and editing software, which I normally do for the Bond Geek show. So again, this put me in a bit of a down because I did try to think about other things I could do. I tried to see if I can edit a video on Canva, which, by the way, I recommend Canva so much. It's a great website. I use it for my thumbnails, and I've done a bit of video editing on it before for work purposes. So I tried to see if I could do something with it. And I've got to be honest with you, even though, yes, I could record and I could make edits and all that stuff, it wasn't up to the standard I like to do for my own show. So that was a bit of a thingy. So with that, I was really thinking that the Bond Geek is really going on a very long hiatus. But then I remembered I did technically start the Bond Geek podcast a while back, and I had been putting a few episodes on here and there, just making something. But then I thought, okay, you know what? One of my favourite people in the Bond community, someone I admire actually quite a bit within the Bond community, is the creator Joseph Darlington. I love his content. I love his thoughts and opinions and ideas, and just he's just to me one of those people of all my favourites in the Bond community, I listen to a lot. And I thought, well, you know what? He has, the Being James Bond podcast. There's my friends at Really 007 who are absolutely amazing. You got James Bond and Friends, all these great podcasts. And I thought, well, could I essentially turn the Bond Geek into actually a podcast just for a short term while I save up for a new computer? And the answer to me was very clearly, actually, yes, I could. There's nothing that stops me from doing that. And I can still do my normal great episodes like I normally do, just now do them in audio version only. I feel a bit, thingy about it, honestly, originally, because I like doing video content for you all. I like being a YouTuber. I like making visual media, but the way I see it, at the end of the day, doing this is better than doing absolutely nothing, and I want to contribute, and I want to be part of the Bond community, and I like making content. So basically, I just want to give this little update. So going forward for a bit, the Bond Geek is now going to be solely on the Bond Geek podcast, and I will be releasing, as I did today, like a video with a background on of my episodes that you can listen to. And basically, when I finally have paid off a few other things, obviously life goes first, and then I can get a new computer to edit on, which, by the way, for the record, I'd like to say as well, my wife is so supportive about that. She wants me to carry on the Bond Geek. She's proud of me for doing it. She loves the fact I've got this thing, and she loves me doing it. She's honestly so supportive, it's unreal. But yeah, I just have to wait and save up to get that first, which is the plan. And we are looking at ways of trying to see if we can save a little bit together to get me a new computer, because she can use it as well for certain things for work. So it's like a joint thing. And yeah, so this is just basically a little update to say, going forward, just for a little bit, the Bond Geek is going to be purely the Bond Geek podcast, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to learn probably podcasting truly as we go here. I hope you enjoy. We've got a lot of episodes coming now because of it. So yeah, that's just a little quick update. Hope you found it interesting. Take care.